Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? We're live.
Yes, hello everyone.
We just want to thank you guys for coming out. We just wanted to do a small live for the next 2 weeks. Just celebrating Black History Month and celebrating resellers in a whole. So
Absolutely.
what's going on, Miss Taffy? How are you?
I'm fine. I'm off my primary job today, so I figured I'd come on and join you. And this is a great opportunity for me, um, and I'm happy that you invited me to do this.
Thank
But
you. Yeah,
I'm
no
just
no problem at all. And we're probably going to get people that will come back and watch because they
mhm,
couldn't make it. So thank you guys for coming back and watching
absolutely
and checking out our show.
yes. Thank you guys. And it's Black History Month.
That's it. That is it.
Yes.
So I was just going to ask you really quick how sales have been in the reselling.
They're okay. I need to list more. I have a huge death pile in my storage. Once we finish this, I'm headed to my storage to list items and ship the things that sold this weekend. But they've been okay, but they could be better. It's just I have to list more.
Yeah, you have to list more.
Yes.
Yeah. And that happens a lot. I'm gonna say hello to a couple people in the chat.
Okay.
We have a few people here now. Guys, thank you for coming out. You guys are awesome. We
Yes.
have Save here first. How are you?
Hey.
We have Paul Flippin' Sports Guy,
What's
very
up,
nice
Paul?
guy.
Yes.
We got Tofa. He's
Hey,
in the
Topher.
house. Yep. So guys, thank you so much um, for coming in. This is new to both of us.
Yes.
We're not experiencing this, but we're both trying to figure it out. And a lot of you guys have been helping me and actually helping both of us out.
Yes.
Just run our YouTubes and try to get familiar with the with how everything runs.
Yeah, the
I'm gonna
support is unmatched. Thank you guys. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Rebel Junkie.
just gonna make a couple of people monitors here. So
Dante.
Dante's in the house.
Yes.
What's going on, Dante? Guys, thank you so much.
Yes.
This is crazy. We already got 8 people. It's not even 8 minutes.
Yes. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Lewis.
So so Miss Taffy, let's see. So
Yes.
what have you like what have you done? What is your profession? What do you do for side work? And can you just explain yourself a little bit?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, I had a cell phone store that I closed down in October of last year, and I had that for a little bit over 10 years where I sold Metro and Boost Mobile, and I also fixed phones, sold the parts. And I recently added the lottery there. I had the Amazon lockers. That was doing good until the last 2 3 years, and that's when I was trying to sell it, to be honest, but at no one to buy it at the moment. So that's when I started working. I have my degree in sociology, so I went to county and I became a children's social worker. So I do that full time and I do part time reselling on the side. I started reselling, I would say October. Once I closed my business down, I was online. I'm like, hey, I need a second source of income. And that's when I was getting rid of all of my items that's in my store. I was selling it on OfferUp, and I was just browsing YouTube. And that's when I saw Daily Refinement, and he was just posting what he does because I was trying to find an item that I could get and sell on eBay while I'm asleep, while it'd be selling. And I was just sitting there thinking, and then he went to the yard sale and he had seen Matt, part-time pickers, and they chopped it up a little bit. And I'm like, wait, I like this shop. This I could do this. So that's when I said, hey, let me find some estate sales in my area and go there. And that could be my piece as well, because my primary job, I'm gonna just be honest, it could be stressful at times. So on the weekend, I try to use that as my self-care. So that's when I started, going sourcing. And that's like, I love to shop. It's like I'm killing two birds with one stone. I'm buying items for low, selling them for high. And I already had the history with the cell phone store. So electronics, I just started searching for different electronics and buying them and selling them. So I've been doing this since, like I could say, 2 3 months now, and I'm enjoying it.
That's cool. And if you
Yes.
guys don't know me, I'm Leroy Blood from Blood, Sweat, and Cell. I've been reselling for over 20 years. A lot of flea markets, estate sale. I go to estate sales. I do eBay. Um, just anything to pretty much make a living at this point. I was a union laborer for over 15 years. I
Mhm.
did building maintenance for a long time. So I know a lot about tools, and I just started like selling tools here and there. And I'm like, hold on a second. Like, I know a lot about these. I go to yard sales and stuff, and they're just sitting in a corner and people aren't paying
Yeah.
attention to them. And I'm like, wow, I'm like, I can make some money doing this. So
Yes.
I decided, I was like, I'm going to start doing this. And now that I live in South Carolina, I do it full time.
Uh-huh.
And it's amazing. I mean, it's really, really good. So that's me pretty much in a nutshell, really quickly. Miss Effie, I had a question. So,
Yes.
um, being a black woman,
Uh-huh.
it's Black History Month, and if a lot of you guys don't know, I'm black and Irish, so a little light skinned, but I am who I am. Um, and I wanted to ask you, like, when you had your cell phone business, like, how was it? Like, did it seem any different? I mean, you can be as honest as you want, and if you don't want to talk about certain things, you don't have to. But how was it, like, just being were you one of the only black women that owned a cell phone, so owned a business in your area?
It was really difficult for me because I was 22 years old and I was in college. I had no history with business. So I was networking and I was meeting people as I go. And it was a lot of trial and error. But luckily, some people were welcoming, but a lot weren't welcoming because, like I said, I was only 22 years old with no history. So I got taken advantage of some bit, but I'm a fast learner and I learned what I needed to do and, how to put my foot down, but I was able to learn quickly and find out the good versus the bad people. But like I said, I was thankful. Some people was helpful for me. Like they helped me find the locations where to buy things wholesale, but while others they didn't want to tell me. But it was difficult.
Yeah, and I've gone through some of that too.
Uh-huh.
I had a landscape business really young, and then being black and also being I have a slight learning disability. It was a little tough at times, and
Uh-huh.
I felt that some people they just push you aside, like you said, and then some people they said, you know what, Miss Taffy, she's a go getter, like, and
Uh-huh.
they gave you a
Yes.
little bit of um I don't know how to say it. Like they worked with you. They're like,
Yes,
what,
correct.
she's not doing what everybody else is doing. This woman's actually trying.
Uh-huh.
And did you see that throughout times where you're like, how did I get this deal or how did I get this contract? And because nobody else is getting them, why am I getting it?
Correct. I think my personality as well. I try to go in, treat people with respect because I feel as though how you present yourself, people try to judge you, but it's up to you to change their mind, and that's what I did. I'm like, you know what? I'm young, but I'm going to do this, and I did it for a while, but it was hard. It was hard. It took a lot out of me. Well, luckily, I was able to graduate college and still have the business. And then I kept trying and trying, kept trying different things, meeting new people. To me, it's all about networking with the right people, of course.
Yeah.
You have to gravitate towards the good people. Once you do that, they introduce you to more good people. Because think about it, good people, they aren't hanging with bad people.
Yeah.
They say you are who you hang around with. So you need to gravitate towards those good people, and that'll bring your business up.
Yeah. And that's something that I go by too. It's like I tell people I don't need friends anymore. I need mentors. I need somebody who's going to build me and make me a better person by their
Exactly.
mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
They're not trying to say, oh, well, Leroy has 500 things in his store. So, let me talk bad about him. No, like
Uh-huh.
Leroy has 500 things in his store, but why don't you have 1,000? you know and
Push.
in this community, I'm not afraid. In certain places, you gotta sort of shut your mouth and put your foot where it belongs, and that's on the ground. But in this community, I knew that I said to myself, I said, you know what, I can have this conversation about different races or celebrate Black History Month because this community is so giving. There's so many people in here that they don't care if you're black. They don't care if you have a learning disability. They don't care
Mm-hmm.
if you're a woman. They just want to support.
Exactly. And that's what matters. That's what matters at the end of the day. Having that mentor, someone that you can look up to and push you. Because I think behind every great person, they have a solid support system. We can't do it alone. We
Yeah.
can't.
And if you want to say hello to some of the people in the chat,
Oh,
you
okay.
can.
Back row bitter. Hey. Reseller niche. Jen, I think she just joined us. Everyone is so supportive and welcoming. That's why I'm glad that I started creating videos and joined the community.
Yeah, and
Hey,
we got Julie in here. Hey, Julie,
yes.
how are you?
Thank
So
you guys for coming in. Philly Picker, hey.
there's just so much love. Um, so I'm gonna ask in the chats first, and
Mhm.
then Miss Taffy, yourself and I can chime in after that. Do any of you guys, like, growing up or even now, who is like a black person to you that has been like just somebody that you looked up to, either a business owner, or it could be a reseller, or it could be your
Mhm.
neighbor, or it could be your doctor? Is it who as a black person that you guys have sort of looked up to? And if you don't feel comfortable saying anything, don't say it. But while we wait for that,
It's a no judgment zone here.
yeah,
We want,
yeah,
we
yeah,
want everyone to feel comfortable.
yeah. And like I said, I know we we figured that it would be okay on this platform
Right.
because everybody is so giving, and we also want to make sure that we stay with our heritage and
Yes.
just continue to show knowledge of that it is sort of hot.
Mhm.
I've gone to auctions, and people look at me like they're not sure. They're not sure. Well, is he's a little dark skinned,
Mhm.
um, but he talks fast, um, but he acts a little like ghettoish or whatever. Like, what is he? Until I say my name,
Yeah.
and then when I say my name, oh well, I'm Leroy, and then okay, no, so now it depends on where they take that, because Leroy is. I mean, I've met quite a few Caucasian Leroys, but
Mhm.
most of them that I met are black.
Definitely.
Yeah. So
Okay.
um
Let's see. Hey, Yakub. Did I
yeah,
pronounce it right?
yeah. If we chop up
Okay.
your name, please give
I'm
us.
not sorry.
But we didn't get a response on. That's fine. Um.
Oh, Jen said something. She loves some Will Smith.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And he is someone that is has really showed himself.
Yes.
And
Regina girl. Hey.
hey, Regina, how are you?
Hey. But you're right. He has. He's sustained and maintained
Yeah.
his
And he
throughout his whole
knows
career.
and he knows his place. He knows where he fits in. And that
Exactly.
guy, if you listen to a lot of people, there's a ton of artists.
Wait, 10%.
So what's up, Derek? How are you, sir?
Derek is y'all crack me up with the percentages.
Uh, but Will Smith, out of a lot of the actresses and actress, he's a black man, and he's like, no, they said his rider is huge. Like
Uh-huh.
he wants so many things, and it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter who he is. He wants a certain RV to stay in. His RV, they said, is like millions of dollars.
Oh,
Just
really?
yeah, for his trailer. Like it's just it because he put himself in a spot. He doesn't care. He's not ashamed. He just put himself in a spot and said, you know what? This is what I'm worth. This is what I want, and people follow it.
Know your worth. He's paved the way for himself. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. So, who are some of your influences in the black community?
Let me see if I had to think of some. I would say Damon Dash. For one, he's the founder of FUBU. And
Okay.
what his backstory, it spoke out to me. He was raised by a single mom, and he started out with $40
Really?
to buy material. And he said he did all the groundwork himself, going trying to sell the clothing. He tried to get lenders, but of course they said no. But guess what? He didn't give up. He kept going. He kept going, and he kept with FUBU. And that's worth billions of dollars. And now he's on Shark Tank, and I love that show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's still like he's another one. He was able to sustain and maintain, and
Yeah.
that's the main thing.
Yeah. And Derek, just so you know, I got backup. You see Penny Proud in the chat. That's my daughter. And
Oh,
I want 10%, but my daughter thinks she takes 20%. So Derek, if you want to keep
yes.
it up, you better watch out for Penny Proud.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yes.
but yeah, so one of mine is Oprah Winfrey.
Mm.
Um, when she started, she was working for certain networks, and I don't know the exact story, guys. Just telling you, the quick version, my version of it. And she tried in a lot of areas, and then she was starting to lose. She was starting to lose viewers or lose contracts, and she never gave up. And how would you feel now? She owns her own. She owns her own. She has like her own everything.
Everything. You get a
So
car. You get a car. Keep going. I'm
yeah,
sorry. I'm
no,
sorry.
no, and but that's the truth. It's like she didn't give up, and she stood for her own, and she
Mhm.
knows where she has to fit in, and where she has to just keep it moving, and build
Mhm.
her surroundings, like you said.
Mhm. Her brand, Oprah.
Yeah,
She's a
yeah.
part of history.
Oh yeah, and it
Mhm.
will always be. And a lot of people speak about her
Mhm.
in the black community. They do. Not just because she gives cars away.
Yeah, of
No.
course, of course, of course.
Yeah, and she does a lot for a lot of other countries.
Mhm.
So you know that's the other thing, and I'm not going to get too far into it. But if you're building other countries, other black countries, or whether it's orphanages of, if they do come to the United States, they're
Mhm.
not going to be. They already be a step ahead.
Mhm.
You know,
Exactly.
I mean, most people their dream is to come to the United States.
Yes.
And if you're training them and you're giving them a good education when they're still in Africa or wherever they're from, then when they come here, they're not going to be stereotyped. They're gonna already know.
Exactly.
You know, there's a few more people here.
Yes.
Um, if we've already said your name, we're gonna say it again. Um, hey, we got my daughter again. Jen, Derek, Regina, Josh, Aaron. How are you, buddy? Um, and if we missed you, because the chat's actually moving a little fast, I haven't even looked to see how many people here. Holy moly, there's 22. Okay.
Hey, Flip's fine, fine. Oh, he said he grew up in a black community, and
Yeah,
he showed
yeah,
him I love
Josh
everyone.
did. Josh
Oh,
did.
okay. Oh,
Yep,
Josh.
yep. Um, so that's Oprah is
Mhm.
one of the people that I've sort of looked up to. Just because of you could see her struggling. You could see her set from when
Mhm.
she had her first set in Chicago.
Mhm.
And then when they started trusting her and she started pulling in the numbers that they wanted, then her
Mhm.
set starts getting bigger and better, and the production starts looking better, and she gets a
Mhm.
good time slot
Yeah.
because she sat there and proved who she was and stuck by herself.
Yes. Hey, Victoria. How you doing? I would say another one for me. Um, I admire his business, how he handles business, and he's another one that's still maintaining to this day. I would say Diddy.
Yeah, yeah.
Diddy.
He has quite a few businesses. I mean, a lot.
Yes, yes, and he
Yeah,
started off at A&R, and I believe they fired him, and that's when he went off and did his own thing, and he came up with Biggie, Faith Evans, and he's able to establish a different artist
yeah,
after he was fired. Like that's amazing to me. Like I'm gonna show you guys, and that's what I want to do in life, just show people like, you know what, because I grew up in a, people say, a rough neighborhood. I grew up in Compton, California, and I've showed others that, hey, I grew up in Compton, but not only did I own a business at 22, now I closed a business and I'm still doing something else. I'm helping other children who aren't able to help themselves. And I had a good childhood, so I want others to have a good childhood. So that's my main thing, just giving back and showing others that they could do the same thing.
yeah. And I feel the same. It's a little harder sometimes, but like I always try to tell urban kids or inner city kids, like, hey, listen, you don't have to be out there selling weed,
No, you
or
don't.
selling. You can go and resell and buy something from a yard sale. And I'd go buy things at
Uh-huh.
the yard sale, and then I'd go the next day to the flea market and flip it and make $50, $100, whatever I made.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just it wasn't, I was always trying. I didn't
Yes.
say, hey,
It's the hustler in you. Yes, it's the
yeah,
hustler in you. And a lot of people don't have that drive, but with that right push and inspiration, I think a lot of people are uninspired. And that's where the problem comes in. And it goes back to having those good people around you. Once you're inspired, you're like, hey, I see my friends doing it. Guess what? I have no choice, but let me see if I could join and try to do something on my own. Because that's, what's funny. One of my friends, when I was closing the business, he was telling me he wanted to start selling things. I'm like, do it. And he sent me his 90 days. He made $14,000. And I'm like, he was like, thanks to you. And I'm like, wow, no, thanks to yourself because you did it. I just said, do it. I just pushed you to do it.
yeah. If you can read Old School Flippers
Okay.
comment.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me see. Way back when I worked. Okay. He said, way back when I worked in the printing industry, my mentor named Mana. I learned a lot from him for work. I also learned a lot about his journey becoming an American citizen from Africa. Oh, okay.
That's cool. That's really
Yes.
cool, Jimmy. Thank you for sharing that with us, Jimmy. And if anybody has anything they want to share, keep it clean, guys. My daughter's in here, and
Okay.
we have family members that are going to watch this. So keep it clean. But if there's anything like Jimmy just did, guys, don't be afraid. Like that's just the community.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. If you don't feel comfortable, don't feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Let me see.
um, have you like do you try to like you said you had that one young man that you had is it other people that like you wish they would give you the time to let them learn? I know it's hard because if somebody with me, like I try to talk to you about it,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't matter what nationality you are. I try to talk to you about what I do and to try to give you a little bit of quick knowledge. But if you're not listening, then
Mm-hmm.
I sort of tap out.
Cool. It's what they say. You could take you could tell a person all you want, but like I said, their drive. I took one of my friends with me. He went with me one weekend, and I picked up the items. He bought them, but then he wanted me to list them. I'm like, wait, what are you gonna do? But it was a good experience for him. But the way he wanted to do it didn't work out. So
Yeah,
I've, I'll try to help. I have no problem telling people how to do it, or telling them where to go. I have no problem directing them, but it just I can't do the work for you. That's another problem. Some people want you to do everything for them, and I'm at this point where I can't do that. But I could tell you what to do. I could guide you.
yeah.
I just can't do it for you.
I actually after Jimmy opened up, everybody is like opening up over
Yes.
here.
Hey
Um,
Tracy.
we got Tofa. He said
Yes.
something in the
Okay, let me see. Topher, he said he struggled hella. He struggled since real estate in his day and redlined.
Well, that's awesome by your friend. And
Thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up button. We appreciate
yeah,
it.
you never know who you inspire. Yes, Dale.
No, you never know. You
Yep.
never.
And if you guys, we're not going to do shout outs, but follow everybody. Like, because
Yes.
we're two different, we're sort of two different, like, we're different. And this is why we decided to do this. So most of you guys are all in this community. But
Uh-huh.
if you're not following Derek or you're not following Backroad Bitter, like, follow these guys,
Yes.
because
Great people.
this is like totally awesome. What did Chuck say? Go appearance. Backroad Bitter. Do you see his comment?
Let me see. He knows Danae's parents. They raised 6 amazing kids, including Danae, who has a good acting career and started when she was in Black Panther and Avengers movie. Oh,
Oh, really?
that's
Wow.
really dope.
Yeah, that's awesome. Um,
And
then
then Jen,
go ahead.
she said, I lived with my grandparents for a short time, and my grandpa's an extremely dark-skinned Mexican, so people always assumed he was Black. Kids at school always said he wasn't my real grandfather because I'm very fair. Oh, and that's another thing. Kids can be cruel at times. That's
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
Yes.
And Aaron is my daughter's good friend, and my daughter is
Okay.
12, and
Oh.
Aaron's 12, and he said his good friend came here from Africa.
Thanks, Dante. Have a good day. Yeah. Oh, that's
Dante,
good.
thank you.
Yes.
And then Sal said his long-term goal was to open a thrift shop about adults facing homeless. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, he said a thrift stop or like a transitional home. Let me see. Let me
What
see. I can. Let me see it.
homeless? No, I was wrong. No, thrift shops where they're homeless.
Oh, so you get the homeless clothing. Oh, that's really dope. That's really dope. Giving back. That's also a great business, guys. A transitional home for adults who are single adults who are homeless, or for kids group home. I don't depends on what state you guys are in. Group homes for kids. That's also good, and they're highly needed.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
It's you know I was telling the staff, and I don't mind sharing it. When I was growing up, I was in group homes and stuff, and there was a family, a white family that wanted to take me in, the Germanos, and I talk about them all the time. And literally, guys, the state told them that it wasn't a good idea, that maybe they should think about it, because I'm black and they won't be able to keep my black heritage. And
Uh,
these people are still here for me. They are the best things that's ever happened to me. And they still support me. I mean, they're my parents, they're my
uh-huh,
parents. And, you know, this was, goodness, this was years and years ago. I mean, I'm 46. I was about 9. So it was,
uh-huh,
over 30 years ago. But, you know, that stuff, even that stuff, they were like, well, my foster mom was like, but his mother is whiter than me. Like, no offense, guys. I'm just, telling a
uh-huh.
story. And she's like, you know, how can you do that? How can you say that he's 10 years old, and and there's other people that are in the chat, that are in the in that work in that system. 10 after 10 years old, I'm sorry to say it, but it's not easy to get placement for a foster child or an
No,
adoption.
no, it gets hard. It
It,
gets
it's
hard.
it's not that easy. It's really not that easy.
No. Okay, Sal said, I work for a company that is working to end youth homelessness. We have an outreach team, shelter services, and TLLP. Oh, Sal, what state are you in? Just curious.
Um, So it happens, it happens all over,
You're
where
right.
you don't know, you might get a little scared, like, oh well, I can't say something, or should I? I'm going to be honest with you guys, like, and we've already said it. Sometimes I'll go to an auction or to an estate sale. I'm like, I don't know if I fit in, but my personality fits in.
Uh-huh.
But now, being in the South from the North, um, there's a whole nother bag of worms that I'm not going to get into. But you gotta, you just gotta. I hate saying get in where you fit in. No, you need to step outside of your box too.
Uh-huh.
You know, you need to step outside of your box and look at people in a different eye, in a different sense. Like, not just, oh well, she's from out west, and I'm from New England, or South Carolina. Now you have to just sort of, you sort of have to prove yourself, like you did.
Exactly.
You said, you know what, I'm between 19 and 25 years old, and I'm starting a cell phone business. I mean, I
Yeah.
can imagine you had some big people, like, you dealt with Amazon, right? Did you have Amazon locker?
Yes, I had the Amazon lockers.
Yep. So you have to, prove yourself in that. You had probably, now, cell phone. I don't think you could just say, "Hey, I want to be a T-Mobile." Like,
No, it's a back. You have to do a background check. It's extensive. They have to see the location, see if it's a fit for them. It's a lot of different things that you have to go
and
through
then
before.
location. A lot of times, that's, we're not getting into discrimination stuff, but
Okay.
that is also another area where, oh
Mm-hmm.
no, he's from there, or he drives this, or
Mm-hmm. But they look at that as well. How you look, what you drive, and that's when I go to real estate sales. Just having a YouTube channel and wearing the GoPro. I have to be honest, it took me a while to just feel comfortable going in there with this GoPro on, because that's another question. That's more attention that I'm bringing to myself. They're like, what do you have on? What is that? Or why are you recording? It brings more questions to myself. But at this point, I'm comfortable with doing it. But it took me some time. It definitely took me some time.
and I've heard of people say, not trying to divert it, but people say, I'm doing it for your safety as well as mine. So if I'm buying
Oh,
something, And, if I'm having a yard sale and I want to buy something, I didn't steal it. You see that, and there's just a lot of other ways that you can,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll just look at you. But like you said,
Correct.
and again, being a woman, being a
Yes.
black woman with a GoPro on,
Yes. By Jen. Yes.
I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't look funny at it, but I can imagine people around me would,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Like, why are you? What are you recording? I don't get it. You're reselling what? Oh, did we tell you you're reselling? So then you have to worry about them. That's another thing. Telling others that you're a reseller when you're at their yard sales or estate sales. How do you feel about that?
Me personally, I sort of have a gift of gab, but I am a nervous person at the same time. But I honestly I don't say it often.
Yeah.
I don't say it often. I don't I don't lie about it. I know people that will be like, "Oh no, my buddy collects cars, and I just want to get these for him." Um,
I'm gonna be honest. I've made something up like that
yeah,
before.
well, I do that. I do the cell phone. I do the cell phone one, and I'll be like this, and I'll be at the flea market, and they'll be like, "Oh, are you looking it up on eBay?" I'm like, "No, I'm just texting my brother a
Oh, I
picture."
hate that. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I hate that.
yeah. Because sometimes, like you said, you have to you got to do research, or you got to we have YouTube channels, so you have to have your camera on, or you got to have your phone
Uh-huh.
out looking at something. The good thing that I'm happy about is I've been doing it for a long time, so I very seldom um comp stuff out, especially when it
Uh-huh.
comes to tools.
Oh, check you out. Check you out. That's great. That's great.
But because I know with tools, I know what I want
Uh-huh.
to pay.
Okay.
I will give the world $1 million and I only have $5 in my pocket. But
Uh,
I will I will I'll be cautious about buying something that I know I can make money on.
uh-huh.
It doesn't add up.
Well, I'm gonna say no. I get it because it's everything's about taking chances. Because you don't know if it's gonna sit in your inventory or whatnot. And nowadays, we want things to sell fast. I know I do. So
Yeah.
we just taking chances. But that's life is about taking chances, taking those risks,
And
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 seeking the
like
rewards.
like we said in the beginning of the topic, I mean, is that's what our they say forefathers or people before us, that's what they did in the black community. A lot
Uh-huh.
of them stood up, and there are people. I mean, if we didn't say any people that you guys know of from back in the 60s and the 20s, I apologize. No offense to anybody who paved the way for the people that we've mentioned, but
Uh-huh.
that's the main key is just trying to keep it up and not be afraid,
Exactly.
of we have, and I don't want to call it out, but we have Yaakov here, and he's Jewish, and he gets a lot
Uh-huh.
of questions about his lifestyle and things and stuff that he does, but in the community he's not afraid to talk about it, like Dante. Everybody
Uh-huh.
knows what Dante's gone through, and he's not afraid. We have Regina, and she talks about being highly involved in the church, and
Uh-huh.
you know, so you just can't. You don't know what people are going through, or what people are, you know,
Correct. Been
what they're
through.
thinking. You don't know.
Uh-huh.
People don't know.
No.
If somebody has, like my foster parents, like they adopted a black child, like. But when my dad goes to work, people don't know that. Or if they're in the
No.
grocery store, they don't know that.
No, they don't. They don't.
You know. Tofa
Trophy.
said,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
I'm inspired also by my wife. She is working on creating a charity program for at-risk youth, and also wants to do good internationally for impoverished families. Oh, that's nice. That's
That's
nice.
nice. Yeah, yeah, that's really nice. And guys, again, we really appreciate anybody that's here. If it was just me and Miss Taffy talking about this, I'd be happy.
Yeah, thank you guys
So
for
yeah,
hanging out with us.
we know it's in the middle of the day. Again, for everybody who's going to go back and watch it again, thank you guys so much.
Yes.
We're not leaving yet, but we just want to say thank you in the middle. Just for anybody who's watching, and guys, if you're watching, playing this back, put in a comment. Put in a comment.
Yes.
Anything that we're saying, put in the comment. Keep it respectful, please.
Mhm.
But put it in the comment, and one of us will get back to you. Miss Haffey will
Right.
look at mine, or I'll look at it, and we'll get back to you. It was just weird how we connected. We connected a
Yes.
while ago, and
Mhm.
I kept trying to think of, it's hard. She's a very, very busy woman, and I'm a busy person. I think I'm on 100 YouTube channels lately, but I was like, how can we make this work? And I messaged her like 2 weeks ago, and I said,
You did.
Miss Taffy, I got a question for you. I said, I don't want you to look at this the wrong way or anything, but what do you think about this idea? And my girl was like, yep. She's like, yep. She's like, all right, family. Yep.
Yes.
And she's, I was like, I said to her, I said, if you can make a thumbnail or just something that we could put up on the page. And she said, I'll see what I could do. I'm not really good at that. And me, I'm horrible at that. Well, guys, I did it last night. Okay. And it didn't come up until like 12 o'clock
Yes.
in the afternoon. But by us sharing with you guys are also helping us get stronger and better in YouTube
Yes.
as well. So it's not just what other people are doing in the community, it's also what we're doing in the community. This person's not in here, but like Tesla Picker. Now, I never seen anybody on YouTube with dreads and
Mhm.
selling stuff, and he puts in the little stuff that we're used to in the movies when we were growing up, and you know
Mhm.
I've never seen that kind of stuff, in a lot of other places, but in this community, people probably say bad things to him. I've heard people say bad things to everybody, but
Mhm.
we're not even gonna dwell on that. We're just gonna build from what we
Correct.
have here and try
Yes.
to keep what we have here.
Stay
Strong.
optimistic.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Because the hate is going to come. Hate. People are always going to be mean. It's just about you staying strong. Having a good backbone and being positive. That's all we can do on a daily basis. I try to within my own life. I try to see the positive in everything. Like that's just the way I go because otherwise we'll be stressed. And that's what I heard that as well. A lot of people on YouTube they say once you get a larger following, um, the trolls as they call them, the things they start saying, can hurt some people.
yeah.
But I'm tough skinned.
Yeah. You
Hmm.
go through a lot, or even sometimes it's not even the way you were raised. The job that you have makes you tough skinned.
Hmm. Yes.
You know,
Yes.
when you got to take, I don't know what you do, but just saying, in my part, like if somebody's if they're a social worker or whatever, and they have to take kids out of a family, like, man, that just makes you stronger. Like you gotta like, not everybody does that, but just saying
Hmm.
you that makes you a little bit stronger. Um, and I always call her, I always call her Auntie Regina. Auntie Regina said, "Great show, you two. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
Thank you so
Regina.
much. I
We,
appreciate
we
it.
yeah, we really much appreciate it. We're gonna do another 5 minutes, guys. I'm gonna
Hmm.
try to respect I'm trying to respect Miss Taffy's time because we
Thank
want to
you.
come back next week.
Hmm.
If you guys want us to come back next week, can you please put a 1 in the chat? And if there's anything you guys want us to talk about, I
If
mean,
you
we
guys
can
want to join us, put a 2 in the chat.
put a 2 in the chat. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Absolutely. We have 2 spots,
Hmm.
possibly 4 spots. So
Hmm.
if anybody's interested in
Thank
oh,
you guys.
yeah, and we'll go back. Derek, Yakov said yes. And that's see what I mean? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are or what you are.
Hmm.
Support is support.
Exactly.
You know,
There's
um,
nothing like it. I'll keep saying it.
yeah, it's and so we were planning to come back if you guys didn't want us anyway. Just saying, guys, we appreciate it, but we were coming back. We already said we're doing
Oh
3 shows.
my god. Yes, for Black History Month.
Yeah,
This was a great idea. Thank you, Leroy, and thanks for asking me. This was a great idea. That's why when you asked me, I said, "Yep."
yeah. But a lot of people would look and say, well, why is he celebrating? Because people don't realize what
Exactly.
my
They don't
blood
know.
is, what my real blood is,
They
and I
don't
can't
know.
be and I can't be afraid.
Mhm.
And I support on any side. You know,
Mhm.
being raised the way Leroy, you're so funny. Thank you. I support on both sides, because the way that I was raised, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys.
Uh-huh.
I was too black for the white people, and I was too white for the black people. So I sort of had to find my own spot.
Uh,
I had to be me. So I'm going to be honest with you. My own spot was money. That was
yeah.
my own spot. That was my happy place.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yes.
where I knew I could, and I did it the honest way. It wasn't drug money. I started sweeping parking lots and stuff. It's not, me, but just to say, you gotta like not, in a sense, like Miss Taffy said, like thick-skinned. You gotta be thick-skinned when you're too white for the
Yes.
black people, too black for the white people, and
Yes.
people see you if you have a black wife or a white husband. It doesn't matter. Like you have to support. We have to support everybody.
Mm-hmm. But look at it this way: it made you the man you are today. Did I lose you?
I think I'm lagging. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard me. I don't have nice hair like you.
Oh my God! Knock it off! Knock it off!
I didn't go to the salon and get all
Knock it off!
and get
Knock
all
it off!
Guys, I'm gonna put her on blast. We were getting ready to do the show. She got her lip liner. She put her lip liner on. She said, I'm ready. I'm ready for this show, Lee. Like,
I can't have chapped lips. Oh my God.
She said, you want to invite me? I am ready. She put her and she didn't ask me if it looked good. I wasn't gonna say anything. I just put her on blast after.
He is wrong, you guys. He is wrong. And thank you, Pickleball. Pickleball. Thank you, Pickleball. Thank you. But he's wrong. But I surely did. I can't come on a show with chapped lips. How would that be?
I didn't even touch my beard or nothing. I came out.
You look good. You look good. Don't worry about it.
I'm still in the warehouse. When we're done with this in a few minutes, I'm gonna have to get my shipping out, and then I gotta get some stuff listed because I only got 2 or 3 things done.
Regina, you're right. We do have to appreciate each other and our differences.
Yep.
Oh, Derek, no. Was it cocoa butter? You know what? So now y'all, come on, Regina, help me. They double team me now. Come on, they double teaming me.
Hold on a second. Try being me. Try being me and going. When I was a kid up north, we didn't have the stores like you guys. Well, you're not from the South, but in the South, you can get cocoa butter. I was going up into the stores up north when I was 22 years old looking for cocoa butter. They look at me like something wrong. They say,
really? Don't do it now, okay?
What are you looking for cocoa butter for? You got any cocoa butter lotion? And they would look at me like, what do you need cocoa butter? I'm like, because you don't get it. You don't understand. I don't want my
No, I get it.
But you guys got me acting up over here. Got me acting up. Oh, they're still picking on you. Let's see what I did.
Right. Look what you started.
But guys, listen, we're gonna start closing out. I'm gonna let Miss Taffy say whatever she wants to say.
Oh.
And then I'll follow up on that. Go ahead, Miss Taffy.
Okay. I'm just grateful, thankful for my ancestors, what they done for all of us, the contributions, and I'm just forever grateful. I want to live my life and make my children that I may have in my future, my family proud, and just continue to grow, pray, and grow. That's what I want to do. I keep it brief.
That's nice. That's nice. And again, Black History Month is Black History Month. We all know what we went through last year with Black Lives Matter and all that whole another bag of worms. But we need to support and keep it rolling all the time.
Absolutely.
All the time. I shouldn't have to explain why I'm light skinned or why I talk ghetto. I shouldn't have to explain that. All I should have to do is respect you until you disrespect me. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Hey, you're right.
So, but everybody who came out, we thank you so much. And
thank you guys.
If there's anybody in the community that you think you should share this with that can go back and watch it, guys, tell them to go back and watch it. We will be back next week. and we will have a special guest. There's a few of you guys I didn't see you in the chat. We're going to reach out to you.
Yes.
And it's just over 45 minutes. So again, thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you
And
guys.
thank you, Miss Taffy, so much.
No, thank you,
for,
Leroy.
You know, just for me reaching out to you, and you're like, you know what, and it makes me stronger because I'm not being as shy, and I'm talking about something that really,
it's a sensitive topic. Yeah,
and I'm always afraid to talk about it because of things that I told you guys. So
No
guys,
problem.
we'll see you next week. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Peace out, y'all. You have a great day. Bye. Thank you, Leroy. Have a good one.
Thank you. Oh, she dropped on me.